Tonight on Haunted Homes, we visit a house in Bury where a family claimed to be haunted by a presence lurking in the shadows.
It unnerves us because why? And what are they doing in our house?
Perhaps it is a bit more freaky than we thought.
We'll send in the Haunted Homes expert team, paranormal investigator Mark Webb, Professor of Psychology Chris French, and psychic Mia Dolan.
He's looking for a younger man. The man that killed him was much younger than him.
Their task is to uncover the mysterious disturbances. If Mia finds a ghost, she'll expel it from the house in a clearing ceremony. Prepare for the unexpected.
You just went right at me. You just leaned at me.
Get off. Oh, yeah.
Britain is the most ghostly country in the world, with reputedly more than 10,000 haunted locations. But 45% of us say that if a ghost lived in our house, we'd stubbornly stay put. We're clearly not a nation that frightens easily. Tonight, we investigate a house in Bury near Manchester, where the family claim visitors from beyond the grave have brought them messages. The first member of the Haunted Homes team we'll send in to investigate is Mia Dolan, one of Britain's leading psychics.
The psychic just means that I cover different areas in the paranormal. I have a spirit guide. Some people call them guardian angels, some people call them guides, everyone has one. His name is Eric. We have a bond, we have a link with our guides, that when we need them, they can be there.
One of the main situations in which Mia will call on her spirit guide is in the clearing.
When I start the clearing, what I have to do is first locate the ghost. Whatever it takes, I try and keep his attention focused on me. While that's going on, Eric comes, and he is the person that opens the doorway and takes them through. There are many dimensions over there, but let's keep it simple. They go home.
Lisa and Mike Beckwith live in Bury with their two sons, Connor, aged 5, and Callum, aged 3. They believe their family home is haunted.
I've lived in this property for about 10 years now, and we've been experiencing things on and off for the past 10 years, ranging from smells to movements, and it has increased recently. One of the first instances that I remember is we used to have a garage in our back garden, a big double garage, and in the garage we used to be able to smell pipe smoke, which we thought was strange. Perhaps it could have been the garage, but we knocked the garage down.
It was probably after that we started smelling pipe smoke in the back garden. We thought it was perhaps coming from some of the plants that we'd planted, so we run around the garden sniffing the plants and trying to see what kind of things, could be making that kind of smell, but there's nothing we could put our finger on at all.
Perplexed by this unusual recurring smell, the next experience was more unsettling, as it involved older son Connor and some mysterious visitors.
At the time, Callum was probably about 6 months old. He was due to have an operation on his kidneys. And at the time, Lisa and I were quite under pressure with that, stressed, whatever you want to call it. But we never, ever said anything to Connor. And one day, for no reason, Connor came out and said he'd seen these two old ladies in his bedroom.
Connor turned around to us and told us that the old ladies had sent a message that Callum was going to grow up to be a big, strong boy and not to worry about anything that was going to go on operation-wise.
If the old ladies were imaginary friends, how did Connor know about the operation?
We thought it was just a play friend, but obviously they came through with a message of comfort for us, I suppose.
But the comfort didn't last for long, as young Callum also began to experience the paranormal.
Callum was very upset and disturbed by something he'd seen in our hallway. He was pointing and going, "What's that? Callum no like, Callum no like." And he was obviously visibly distressed by this.
And he ran and he jumped on the settee with us, and then he went, "Oh, no hurt, Callum, it's okay."
The presence in the hallway had disappeared.
What was it that was upsetting him and disturbed him that much that he should become that upset that we had to cuddle him and calm him down? So that really did freak us out.
Mike and Lisa continually hear unusual activity on the stairs.
I was upstairs having a shave one morning and I heard what sounded like children coming up the stairs. I heard the baby gate open and bang against the wall and what sounded like these kids' footsteps running across the landing into our bedroom. Hey kids! I went into the bedroom and I was looking around the bed and on the floor to see if they're hiding somewhere. I just couldn't find them. I got to the window and looked out and they're actually still playing in the back garden. Your first instance is, did I really hear that? You know, and you're a bit shocked.
Mike and Lisa constantly feel a malevolent presence watching them from the hallway.
We see things out of the corners of our eye, shadows passing in front of lights. I see reflections in the fireplace where I could have sworn I've seen somebody walk past the door.
You just see it for pretty much the briefest of seconds, and then it disappears out of sight.
But the most perplexing experience was yet to come one night while Mike and Lisa were getting ready for bed.
The baby monitor crackled into life. We were half expected to hear the baby crying, but over the monitor came the sounds of me singing a song. It was a song I had sung a few days previous to the baby.
Lisa had no idea how the baby monitor could be playing her song back to her.
It unnerves us because why? What are they doing in our house?
They believe they are not the only family in the street to experience this paranormal visitor.
When we told our neighbours, they said to us, thank goodness it's not just us. I'm like, what do you mean? Apparently our neighbours have people or a person walking from their kitchen out their front door that they see on a regular basis.
Mike and Lisa are determined to find out who these spirits are and why they are here.
I am a believer that there is a reason that we're getting these signs, these smells and these presences around the house.
Concerned for their children, Mike and Lisa have asked for help.
There's too much going on for us to ignore it now.
The children activity seems to get more and more frequent as we go along.
Are things going to get worse as years go on if we don't put a stop to it now?
The Beckwiths from Bury claim they're regularly disturbed by sightings of phantom shadows and ghostly visitors who have spoken to their young children. Uneasy for the safety of their children, Lisa and Mike are now determined these spectres must go and their home return to normal.
You can't see them clearly, you can't distinguish, yes, that's a man, that's a lady, or a child, or anything. You just see it for pretty much the briefest of seconds, and then it disappears out of sight.
I'm afraid for the security of my children. No child should have to go to sleep at night worried about what they might see or who's going to come and visit them.
Turn all the lights out.
Mike and Lisa record a video diary to try and capture what they claim is harassing the family.
It's nice and quiet.
It's very quiet. Very quiet. It feels strange being in your own bedroom and like, oh, you know, your heart going a bit.
It's kind of like you're willing something to happen.
Suddenly, Mike sees something at the top of the stairs.
What?
Oh, I just saw an orb on the stairs, or what?
Hey?
Oh, I just saw an orb on the stairs, or what? Too intriguing. I think she'll go downstairs and see what it's like in the hall, see if we can get anything there.
Yeah. And now move to our hallway, where we hear the children coming down the stairs. And where we see figures walking.
As in the past, Lisa believes she can see a shadowy figure on the stairs.
I mean, whether it's me or my imagination, it just looks like somebody, like a shadow with a head, who is at the is at the top of the stairs, staring down at me.
Tonight has confirmed for the Beckwiths that this presence is not going away. They're in need of expert help. Whilst filming the video diary, Mike and Lisa were convinced that they witnessed unexplained phenomena, including a figure on the stairs. They've now decided to call in the Haunted Homes investigation team to help solve the mystery and discover if they really do have a ghost. Mia is the first of the experts to arrive in Bury. Before she visits the Beckwith's house, she examines some of the family's most cherished belongings for paranormal activity.
The reason I'm here is to do the psychometry of the location that we're going to be going to later. So luckily, once I hold these objects, hopefully all the information around me stops, and the information from the property we're going to is what I get. Okay, let's start. I'm going to start with an incense burner. And what's interesting with this is it's to create nice smells. Yet what I get off of it is that it's been around a bad smell, and I don't mean something rotting in the house. I mean a paranormal smell. Now, pictures, you never know with the pictures if they're going to be good or bad. I see a mist in a hallway. So something's gone past this in half form, as if it's not quite materialised. And the last object here is what looks like an old crone or a witch. And I've got audio now. I've got doors. I've got slamming of doors. I'm hearing doors, bang, cracks, steps, laughter. So I've got a name, Becky or Bex. Just had an image of myself having a door slammed in my face. That's interesting because it means whatever is there doesn't want me in it.
A few hours later, Mia arrives at the Beckwith's home. She knows nothing about the family apart from the startling information she picked up from the psychometry objects.
Now this door is what I saw in the psychometry. This is the door I saw slamming in my face. I think the people have been sitting down here or been in the kitchen or the front room, wherever. I've been hearing stuff on the stairs, and I also believe that they've seen stuff in this hallway going past. Now I've been pulled into this room.
Mia has just entered the living room where Mike and Lisa have been sitting when they've seen and heard much of the activity on the stairs.
Heart racing, loads of fear. And I can hear like boom, 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 boom. So that's coming from over the stairs or a door, but heavy like banging sound. And I hear a monitor, or I hear voices coming over something. I hear like distorted voices, but I don't mean paranormal. Like a baby monitor. So I think that, obviously young children here, I think there's also a monitor or something they've heard. Stuff coming over the monitor. Okay. Kids' bedroom, probably boys. I get a feeling of something looking over the child's shoulder. The child's had some sort of connection with it. I haven't found the centre of the problem, and I know that there is a problem. Because the whole house is live, and every time I think I'm heading towards the place which is the most haunted, it's not. And it pushes me on again.
Mia finally enters Mike and Lisa's bedroom, where the haunting starts to make more sense to her.
And there's a mirror, and the mirror reflects onto the hall. And once again, I think it's the mirror that's scary, which is the hall, you see.
After her walk through the house, Mia seems to have pinned down the hall and the stairs as the centre of the activity. What will our other experts find when they tour the house? Mia is accompanied by our very own paranormal investigator, Mark Webb.
I believe that it's so difficult to capture a ghost on film or in a photograph because many people don't want to believe they exist. I could show you a photo of what I believe is a ghost, yet you could explain it away with any story that you like. Most people don't want to believe in spirits, therefore they never will.
Skeptic Chris French, Professor of Psychology, will look for a rational explanation.
There's a lot of evidence to suggest that there's a thing called a fantasy-prone personality. And these are people who have very, very rich imaginations, spend a lot of their time engaged in fantasy. And so psychics, people who claim to have psychic ability, tend to score very highly on measures of fantasy proneness. And what that suggests to me is that we're dealing with people who believe that these messages that they're hearing, that are actually probably a product of their own imagination, are actually coming from somewhere else.
Mark and Chris arrive in Bury. They start their investigation by taking a tour of the Beckwith's house.
Welcome, this is my lounge. In here we have quite a few things going on. We sit on the settee, obviously regularly looking at the television. We get smells, pipe smoke, very, very thick pipe smoke. You can actually taste it in your mouth.
What kind of heating have you got in this room?
All we've got is one radiator there,
Right.
and the fireplace, which is just a blower.
Right. So, I mean, if there's any chance at all that that might be producing the smells?
Absolutely not.
Right.
You know
Okay.
the smell of pipe smoke.
Yeah.
It's a very, very distinctive, cloyy, sweet smell. In the fireplace, you can get a reflection of the hallway. And out the corner of your eye, when you're watching television, you can see shadows move from like one side of the door to the other.
And how often does that happen?
Regularly.
Yeah.
Regularly. It's on an evening, because
Yeah.
that's when you sat down, you're relaxing, you're watching television, and you see something walk past, and it's like, okay.
Yeah. And
They're
it's
off
always
again.
just out of the corner of your eye.
Out of the
and
corner,
you turn
yeah.
and there's nothing
That's
there.
correct,
Yeah.
yes.
Right.
Okay, into the hallway. We do get a lot of activity. The main part of the activity is in this area. We do get the sound of the children bumping down the stairs and running up the stairs.
Right. There's no way that could be your kids.
No, there has been times where the children, well, we hear the sound of the children coming downstairs and our children are elsewhere with relatives or fast asleep in bed.
What do you think my chances of, if I set some sound recording equipment up, of actually catching those noises?
I'd be delighted if you could catch them. That would be brilliant.
So will we.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Now that all the experts have toured the house, Mia finally gets to meet the Beckwiths and find out if her paranormal analysis of the house ties in with their experience.
That hollow. Well, it's lovely to meet you, but it's not so lovely to meet your house. And I want to tell you what happened, first of all, when I got to the front door. But as I'm walking towards the front door, it was something that I saw when I was doing the psychometry. And it was when you got a little figure of a crone, you know, like an old witchy crone.
Yeah.
And I saw this white door slamming in my face. So as I was walking up towards you, I thought, oh no, this is the white door. And that's not, it was a very ominous feeling, as if whatever it was didn't want me in the house. So I went into your lounge and I heard the sound of like voices coming over a monitor or some sort of something that wasn't a telephone. I was confused by it. You were listening for something but hearing what you shouldn't have heard, if you understand what I
Am
mean.
I allowed to tell you what that is?
I am very interested. Tell me what about the noise. What is this I could hear? It's like a...
It's a baby monitor.
Yeah, I did say it could be a baby monitor, but it's like you were hearing more than you should have heard.
We heard Lisa singing to
Baby.
the baby.
But it was later, perhaps like later on in the week, since I actually was singing this song to the baby.
Somebody was playing it back to you.
It was
was
always
playing
playing
back
back
to
through
me.
the thing. We were just both stood in the bedroom and it just
listening
switched
to it.
on.
I remember singing that song, but it shouldn't be recorded because the baby monitor can't record.
That's the only thing that's made the hair stick up on the back of our neck.
The energy to be able, and the cleverness to be able to record your voice and play it back at you, all that is doing is deliberately frightening you. There's no benefit to it. And another aspect with the lounge is this like ice cold. And when I pick up ice cold, it means it's phenomena. So this temperature change will happen suddenly.
There was a time we were sat on the settee together, weren't we?
Yes.
And I just felt, for want of a better expression, a tube of cold. It wasn't a draft. And it seemed to pass from me to Lisa and back, and it did it like 2 or 3 times, and it just kind of disappeared.
But what's interesting is when it's weak, it'll come like a soft breeze. The stronger it gets, the more confined and concise that place of cold is.
It was. It felt like a tube of cold, or
And then that means it's getting stronger.
yeah.
Another thing I picked up when I was holding the crone, which is quite strange, is a name. and I couldn't work out if it's either Bex or Becky. I couldn't, but the word Bex, and it stuck in my mind because I thought the only thing I know is beer. I'm sure there's a beer of some sort like that. But does that make any sense?
That's a common shortage for our surname, yeah. Bex.
What's your name?
She calls us Bex.
I call him Bex.
Do you?
Yeah.
Bingo.
Mia tells Lisa about the mist she picked up in the hallway during the psychometry.
In the hallway, I absolutely know that the hallway and the stairs have had activity. You would have said, and when I was walking up the stairs, I actually stopped and banged my feet on the stairs because that was the noise I heard. It was like that echoey boom, you know, that boom, boom.
Yeah.
And that's the hotspots. So I think you have poltergeist activity. I think you've had something that's been here even before you came. And I think it's been going really very, very low level activity, very low, for a long, long time. Then something's tipped it, and now it's escalating. Okay. Let's say, let it do its worst tonight. Yeah. The kids are out the house.
Exactly.
Let's have a really good vigil and bring it on.
Yeah.
Because I think you two, it will stay the course.
Definitely. I'm going to stay the course.
Yeah, there's nothing...
I'm not going anywhere. It's my house, not theirs.
Psychic Mia Dolan, skeptic Professor Chris French, and paranormal investigator Mark Webb will conduct a night-long vigil with the Beckwiths, which will have an unusual effect on Mark. They're keen to pin down exactly what's frightening the family and investigate any possible rational explanations. Our cameras will be filming throughout the investigation. It's now dark and almost time for the vigil to begin. Our experts discuss their plans for tonight.
Chris, what do you reckon of the house, and what do you think we got?
I think the most interesting thing about the house is probably the people who are in it, because they, unlike some of the other houses we've been into, they seem quite calm and, you know, collected about the whole thing. What I'm going to be interested to see is just how they react when they're actually on the vigil. Are they going to get as freaked out as a lot of the other people that we've worked with are, or are they going to stay quite calm and collected about the whole thing? You know, it's
I love
interesting
this
to watch.
Because in the other ones, it's they get freaked out, so then they have the experiences. That's your excuse.
Well, let's see if they do have any experiences.
So, I think we've got the best chance of catching something on a vigil because we haven't got to calm it down. We should have to let it build naturally.
Okay, see how it goes.
Yeah. What do you reckon?
I think the rooms of interest to me are the living room, where they say they've seen the shadows from the fire. Worth setting a camera up, I feel, in the same sort of eye line as they would have. See if we capture any of those shadows. And obviously the stair area where they've had the sound of children coming down the stairs. I think probably setting up some sound recording equipment there would be of use.
Mia suggests the sounds of footsteps on the stairs may not be made by children.
It doesn't necessarily mean that is what's causing the noise, because I picked that up on the walk round as well, but I actually stamped my feet on there, which made the same booming.
Okay. If we record it, then we can try and figure out what's causing it. So
absolutely.
Fingers crossed.
Yes.
Brilliant. Let's do it then.
Okay.
It's almost midnight and everything is in position for the vigil. Locked-off cameras have been positioned in the hallway, where most of the activity is heard. One at the bottom of the stairs, and the other at the top on the landing. A third locked-off camera is set up in the master bedroom. Chris will monitor all the camera angles from the Winnebago, while everyone else participates in the vigil.
OK, you got your torches? Yep. Now, the torches are just for moving from location to location. As soon as we get into each room, we turn them off and settle down.
Okay.
No running, OK? Please don't run out of there. If you do get really scared, you can turn the torches on. Great faith that you two are going to see it through it. And turn the cameras to night vision. And we're going in your house. Come on.
They divide into two groups. Mia and Mike start the vigil downstairs in the living room, while Lisa and Mark go upstairs to the master bedroom.
I'm going to turn the torch off, right?
Okay.
Now, don't lean against anything. Pitch black, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
When their eyes adjust to the darkness, Mia and Mike notice something in the hall.
Yeah, it looks misty, doesn't it? It looks...
I think you've got it's like something that's hiding in shadows.
Mm.
It's never in the room. It's always sort of...
Outside, yeah.
Yeah, just outside looking in.
Sit on the chair.
10 minutes later, Mike and Mia have settled into the chairs.
See?
I just see like a ball of mist going up the stairs.
Soon after, Mark thinks he sees a shadow in the hall.
There's no one out there, so what was that? Have you got a mirror on the wall just there?
Yeah.
And that would explain... I can see out into the corridor.
Yeah.
It doesn't explain why I've just seen a shadow by your door. I think we're going to sit out on the landing.
Mm-hmm.
And have a look down the stairs.
Both of us?
Yeah.
Once out in the hallway, the activity seems to move into the living room.
Oh shit, I just touched my head. It's just like slightly pulled my hair.
Yeah? Have a job getting rid of my hair, it's too short.
Mike and Mia continue to sense a strong presence in the room.
Are you feeling it behind you?
Yes. Put your hand on the middle of my back if you can.
I'm seeing...
It's cold.
I'm sensing dark behind you. Again, not necessarily a form of anything, it's just...
Out on the landing, Mark and Lisa have sensed nothing.
Shall we take a move round to one of the boys' rooms?
Yeah.
We'll have a look in there.
Connor's room.
Yeah.
Okay. Rustling our trousers.
After standing in Connor's room for 10 minutes, Lisa believes she hears heavy breathing coming from the landing.
There's somebody out in the hallway, look.
There isn't anyone out there.
No, just said that somebody's breathing over there, that's all.
Definitely from the hallway.
Yeah. It was from behind me anyway. You just think, oh, somebody stood there.
I can see out into the corridor and there's not anyone out there.
Concerned by what Lisa has heard, they decide to join Mike and Mia in the living room to find out if they are experiencing anything. Mike is sitting in the same position where Mia felt the sensation of being touched.
There's something around me.
Around you?
I just got a sensation of a black thing around me.
Can you see Mark?
I can't see a thing.
The activity intensifies.
Oh, you just looked right at me. You just leaned at me. Mark, where are you?
I'm sat down beside the chair.
You've disappeared now. I could see a silhouette before, I can't see you.
Something's right by the left of me.
I can see a shape in the hall.
Get off.
Yeah, what's that?
Pull me hair.
Did you pull your hair? What side?
On my left.
Yeah, it was my left
You
side.
think which side it was?
Lisa swaps seats with Mike to see if she can experience what Mike and Mia have been experiencing in that corner.
Oh, what's that?
Smell.
Pipe. It's right in the back. Oh, can you not smell smoke? You can taste. You can taste, like, you know, like...
You got that acrid taste?
Yeah, in the back of my nose. That just came... still there.
It's building. I feel very uncomfortable. How do you feel, Mark?
I just feel really, having my hair pulled is really wound me up.
Doesn't normally.
No, wouldn't normally.
So I think it'd be a really good idea if we go and leave this house just for a little while. Go to Winnebago, get a breather. Are you up for that?
Yeah.
They return to the Winnebago, keen to discuss with Chris what they have all experienced.
The best bit was, well, quite made me go shiver, was the pipe smoke.
Right.
When I sat on, the buffet in the corner, it's just like rolled. It got force stuck my nose in a way, and it was rolling in the back of my nose. And you could taste it.
Right.
Mia and Mark talk about how more and more physical the presents seem to become.
Sort of, you could sort of see outlines fine. All of a sudden, it'd be like a black mass, as if it's coming at you. I'm on the poof, and something just goes tug of my hair.
Got my hair pulled as well, which is normally I'd be quite excited. You know, oh, we've got something happening. It hasn't. It's really, really annoyed me.
You're bashing your torch.
I'm absolutely seething about it. I don't know. I've never had a reaction like that, and I don't know why. I have no idea. Absolutely no idea.
But most of what we're seeing and most of what we're experiencing really seems to be coming from the hallway, from downstairs hallway. So, Lisa, are you up for going in there with a camera? If I go in with you, set you up,
Okay.
and then I'll come out and you stay in the house on your own for a little while, see how long you can last.
Until I cry, yeah.
And then if you get really in trouble, if you get really upset about it, come straight in and take you out.
Have fun.
Oh, well.
I've got them set over here, Mike. Why not? A better view.
Press it downstairs. Are you comfortable?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine there.
Yeah, fine. Got my back up the stairs, I can see up the stairs.
I'm out for you.
I don't like the idea of the stairs being behind me. It's very quiet.
Can you see her?
Yep.
How's she doing?
She looks nervous already.
As the Beckwiths have experienced many times before, Lisa feels a sense of presence at the top of the stairs.
I'm convinced there's somebody stood at the top of the stairs. It seems like there's a... I don't know if you can see at the top. It seems like there's a shape, a shadow. I'm sure I can hear things up there. Rustles and slides and shuffles. There's got to be somebody up there. Is somebody up there?
Oh dear, no, there isn't.
But I just feel really uneasy.
OK, I'm going to go and get her out and rescue her.
Waiting for something to come and get me. Hello. Oh, hi.
Well done. Put the camera down. Put it on the stairs. I'm going to get straight out of here.
Obviously, at the top of the stairs, it's just like somebody stood there, like hands on their hips, watching you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
I'll let you go first. After you, babes.
Thank you. Hello.
Yeah, well done. Enjoyed it?
Yeah, it was weird. Really weird.
So, how did you feel in there?
Oh, well, it's a bit different when you're by yourself. I was convinced there was somebody stood at the top of the stairs with their hands on their hips, watching me.
And you heard it as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's like a shadow dancer. It's in the shadows. It sort of comes from the shadows, goes back to the shadows, and it's this amazing ability to affect one person at a time, whether it be smell or temperature or touch or feel or pressure. A little bit scary, a little bit worried that it likes to hide in shadows, but tomorrow should be interesting.
Okay. Well, I'm sure you're all hoping that when I go in,
Well,
I
when
will
you
get my hair
We
pulled.
want your hair pulled, something sitting on your chest, pulling your arms, freezing cold, and smoke up your nose.
It smells.
I'll see
And
what
for
I
good
can
measure,
do.
his glasses ripped off and thrown across the room.
But everybody always hates the skeptic.
This is where Lisa...
Chris enters the house and has his own private vigil on the stairs.
Again, I'm going to see whether I get that sense of presence. I very strongly felt that there was something up there. You can see why she might think that. I mean, it is very dark up there. But basically, that's just it. It's just very dark. Nah. I'm going to go up the stairs.
Chris sits quietly for 10 minutes.
OK, I've been sitting here for a while now. In one of the hottest of the hot spots in the house. I haven't had my hair pulled. I haven't been prodded.
Haven't seen any flashing lights. Haven't heard any shuffling sounds. And I'm just not convinced.
The following day, everyone reflects on what had been a very interesting evening.
Sitting on the steps was very strange. I mean, it's my own house, and why should I feel uneasy in my own house? But I did feel uneasy. I was convinced I could hear a sound of shuffling on the carpet. I was convinced I could see somebody at the top of the stairs with their hands on their hips, and that's really unnerving.
I actually probably felt more uneasy watching it than I did actually being in there myself. Being able to see it through the camera and watching the expressions on her face, it's, you know, you are a little bit more kind of, perhaps it is a bit more freaky than we thought.
Last night's vigil to me was very interesting. I saw the dark shadows moving around the room, which Mia and Mike also reported. I also had my hair pulled, which wasn't a huge excitement to me because I've had that happen before, but the fact that I got very annoyed by that is more interesting.
Well, from my point of view as a psychologist, the most interesting thing about last night's vigil was the whole kind of social dynamic that was going on. And I think what we were seeing was just everybody trying very, very hard in the pitch black to see if they could pick up on things, to see if they could see anything unusual. Their eyes were playing tricks with them, and I'm afraid we didn't catch any of that on camera.
We all love stories of ghosts and ghouls, but I wonder how you'd feel if you believed something supernatural was sharing your home. Tonight, Mia claims she'll rid the Beckwiths of their unwanted guest. She'll concentrate her energies on locating the spirit and send it peacefully on its way to the afterlife.
Okay, so this is the clearing, the night, hopefully, we're going to get rid of whatever's in here. What I'll do is I am going to the zone, fully open up, leave my body, walk around your house. All the time I'm doing that, I'll be able to tell you what I'm seeing. Find it, once again, hopefully, and bring it in. We'll then try and hold it, question it, before we send it over. Let's give it a go. I can see myself now, I'm just going out the door into your bottom hallway. And I'm looking in your front room. I'm not seeing anything. Going up the stairs. Let's go into your room, nothing there. Back on the landing. To the next bedroom. No.
Mia searches the house for some time, struggling to find the spirit, and then suddenly...
I can see it coming through the wall as if it's coming from the house next door. And it's a man. He's just come through the wall and standing by their wall. And he looks like late 50s. He's standing in the doorway of the other room. I'm just try and get him in, come on. He doesn't like being told what to do. Go on, I'm asking nicely, come on in, you can talk to me. I'm going out the back of this house, and I'm seeing it's open, and I'm seeing old buildings, like storage or old. And he worked there. Tell me the year. Where are we? It's like 1860, 1870, 1867. He's doing the money, or the paperwork, the money. And somebody who lived here robbed it. And in that robbery, he got killed. They think he stole the money because he went missing. They didn't. Ned, his name's Ned. And he's showing me a newspaper with his picture in it. He wants his name cleared. He's looking for a younger man. The man that killed him was much younger than him. They lived in this block.
Is he the only person in this house, the only spirit?
No one else in here. He's not only in your house, but yeah. He's more in this house than anywhere else. Okay, I'm going to send him over. I can't hold it much longer. De profundus clamave et te domini exaudi vocum meam, fiant ores tuae intendentes invocium deprecationis meae, si iniquitas observerus, domini quae sustenebi, et ipse redimit Israel, ex omnibus iniquitibus idus. They're gone.
Now that Ned has gone, Mia turns her attention to why he was here, trying to clear his name and condemn the man who killed him.
That's where he had the cash. So, and somebody that lived in this here, or what was here, this land here, came in, took the money, killed him, and disposed of the body. So in the papers it would say he ran off, or he embezzled, or he done something like that. So what he's doing is looking for that man. So he's in the same time.
It appears Ned was stalking the whole neighbourhood, not just their house.
We talked to Pete and Val next door, and they said they'd seen a man coming out of their kitchen and walking into their living room and disappearing.
Oh, good, so that's coming up.
That would make sense that you're walking through.
Yeah, it's just like he's walking through. But we've got lots to work on. And he went. So it's finished.
Happily or not?
Yes, he went through relatively easily. One of the many things that surprised me about tonight's clearing was that when I went looking for the ghost, I expected it to be in either the hall, stairs or landing, and it clearly wasn't. So by the time I'm coming back down again, I was very worried, and then very surprised to see it coming from the wall from the house next door. So we had a wanderer.
When she said that Ned had come from next door, it actually probably will confirm to our next door neighbours that what they have seen is real and that they're not losing their marbles either.
During the clearing, Mike experienced something unique.
At one point during the clearing, I was looking at Mia when I saw what was like a figure behind her. It just seemed to be somebody just stood behind her. So I kind of looked away to see if there's anybody there, if it was one of the crew or something like that, a shadow or something like that, and looked back and the figure had disappeared. And I didn't say anything to Mia at the time, but afterwards I was talking to her, and she thinks it was Eric, her guide.
But the slamming door, all the way through, I couldn't fit it in. I didn't understand why. And it was a very ominous feel when that door slammed. After the clearing, I had a chat with Eric, and he told me it was for me to take it seriously. I was buzzing too much doing that psychometry. It was a powerful place to work. And one thing you can never do in this is get complacent.
It's clear that our contributors there really were very engaged with what was going on. They were trying to make sense of everything that Mia was saying. And that's exactly what we'd expect from people who do believe that Mia's got the powers that she claims to have.
During the clearing, Mia claims that she contacted the spirit of a man called Ned, who was unable to rest until he'd avenged his murder. In 2 weeks' time, our cameras will return to Bury to see if Mia's attempt to send over this tormented soul has worked. 2 weeks have passed since the clearing. Has the haunting stopped for the Beckwiths?
At the beginning, we were like wondering, has Ned gone? Has she only got rid of one of them? Is there any more about? But we haven't noticed anything untoward happening in the house, so we've got a nice, quiet, peaceful house.
How's your train?
It's not a train.
We're not getting any noises in the house. We've not heard anybody running upstairs or the thumping on the stairs anymore. We've certainly not got the smells that we used to get in the garden. It does seem slightly better, but it's always been quite a happy house anyway.
We're more than happy, and hopefully that will be the end of everything. Good job, Mia, thank you.
On our return to Bury, our cameras have found that the Beckwiths' home is once again peaceful. The children no longer complain of phantom visitors, and all the shadows have gone. You may not have to pick up an old book of ghost stories or switch on late-night TV to encounter the supernatural. Maybe somewhere close by, perhaps just around the corner, a sinister presence is lurking. If you haven't lived in a haunted home yet, maybe one night you will. Sleep well.